Thank you for joining us for this special edition of KPBS News This Week. I'm Maya Trabulsi, and we're taking a look back at some of the biggest stories and best storytelling from the KPBS Newsroom in 2022. For many, this is the year things started to feel normal again as we emerge from the pandemic, and that includes the simple things like going to school in person and without a mask. KPBS education reporter MG Perez was there for day one on a brand new campus.
The music of mariachis highlights a welcome to the new Logan Memorial Educational Complex, LMEC for short. The campus here in Barrio Logan is now the center of learning for students in transitional kindergarten through their senior year of high school. The place San Diego Unified sent its superintendent to kick off the first day of school.
We cannot do this without our families. We cannot do it without our communities. And so welcome back, San Diego Unified.
What started as new construction and renovations in 2018 has become a complex with the newest high school in the district and a starting freshman class of 250 students that will grow each year. There are also 4-year-old children starting transitional kindergarten and 1,000 students in all the grades in between.
They will be equipped with the skills and the confidence to pursue a path of their choice, be it college, career, and beyond.
A new year means a new start for San Diego Unified and all its students across the district, along with the staff who will support them. There is also some old business that has to be dealt with. Not many people wore masks on this first day of school. The county health department's count of COVID cases has dropped enough for the district to allow its mask mandate to end.
And now, well, I know everyone's faces now since COVID got down and was a little bit low, and everyone's take off their masks.
As these students prepare to study, the district's health experts are preparing to protect them, and there's still reason for concern.
There is still, as we all know, some COVID in the community, and kids bringing it home to aging parents or unvaccinated family members can be prevented if they're wearing a mask indoors. The LMEC campus is driven by a Montessori curriculum, which gives students more freedom in how they learn and the choices they make. Amani Fulton is a new freshman who already plans to start a drama club.
It's a student-based club. Instead of the teachers running it, the students will be running it.
On stage?
On stage.
And where will you end up eventually?
Next step would be NYU, and then at the end of the day, Broadway in New York City.
The school mariachi band, by the way, is made up of students and some of their teachers. It strikes just the right notes for a new beginning. MG Perez, KPBS News.
And this was a much tougher year at one of San Diego's largest universities. The sexual assault scandal involving the SDSU football team brought a cloud of scrutiny and questioning over how it was handled. Here's part of Alexander Wynn's coverage from October.
Quantum physics has always intrigued me.
Last year, Jordan Rosenquist was just another freshman on SDSU's campus. Then, September 8th happened.
I was sexually assaulted in a SDSU dorm hall.
She immediately reported the alleged assault to the university's Title IX office, which is in charge of investigating allegations of sexual violence on campus. But instead of being helped, she says she felt pushback.
I did not feel supported by the SDSU Title IX office at all. I felt like I was more working against them than they were working with me.
She says the university did not immediately inform her of her rights as a sexual assault victim. She had to hire a lawyer for that. That was not what's supposed to happen under Title IX, says attorney Jenna Rangel.
When the school receives any report of sexual harassment or assault, they do have a duty to promptly respond and provide information about what their grievance process is, their investigative process, and then what supportive measures they might have available.
Rangel is currently representing the women's rowing team, who are suing SDSU for Title IX violation in sports, but is not a party to this case.
SDSU isn't the only campus in the California State University system with issues surrounding Title IX. In fact, the CSU Board of Trustees ordered a system-wide audit of the Title IX process at all 23 campuses.
The audit started in March at Fresno State and auditors will be on SDSU campus in November. Rangel expects auditors to thoroughly examine how SDSU Title IX office handles complaints.
I think they are going to be looking at all instances in which complaints were made, how those complaints were made, meaning do they have effective policies and procedures in place and notices in place to where the people who complained were able to find that information easily.
Rosenquist says the university needs to do a much better job of making victims feel protected. She talks about living in fear of her alleged attacker even after getting a restraining order against him.
I felt so much anxiety every single day when I was on campus because I even brought the restraining order to the San Diego State Police Department and officials on campus. I gave a copy to Title IX, and he actually violated that restraining order, and I reported it, and they did nothing about it.
Rosenquist says SDSU Title IX office told her they waited to investigate her allegation because it's policy to wait until after the police investigation is over. In a statement to KPBS, SDSU says no such policy is in place. But this was the same reason SDSU gave for not starting its investigation into the rape allegation against 3 football players at a Halloween party off campus last year. That incident happened roughly a month after Rosenquist's alleged assault.
That hit a chord with me because I really felt for that person because although our incidents were not the same, I knew what they were going through.
The university says it was asked by police not to start its own investigation because doing so might taint the criminal investigation. This is not the first time there has been a Title IX audit at SDSU. In 2014, an audit found that SDSU faculty and staff were not sufficiently trained in responding to and reporting sexual assaults and harassment. The report also faulted SDSU for not requiring students to undergo yearly sexual assault and harassment prevention training. Since then, the university has mandated the training for all student and staff. Rosenquist hopes the new audit will lead to much-needed changes to the Title IX office at San Diego State.
They really need to push for protecting their students and protecting their survivors that have gone through this, rather than just kind of being passive in the process.
Alexander Nguyen, KPBS News.
Perhaps the story of 2022 was Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky was named Time's Man of the Year for his leadership amid relentless Russian attacks. One of the war's victims found his way to San Diego to heal. KPBS reporter Kitty Alvarado has his story.
Deep breath. Relax.
These are 16-year-old Ivan Chaban's first steps on his new prosthetic leg.
And you can walk a little quicker if he likes. Excellent. Beautiful.
He's taking them in Mira Mesa with prosthetist Peter Harsh. But Ivan's home is a world away in Sumy, Ukraine, where he lives with his mother, 2 sisters, and 2 brothers. That's where almost 6 months ago, his life changed forever. About a month after the Russian invasion, he, his mother, and stepfather were returning home from the grocery store when the evils of war struck their family.
Коли поверталися, нас догнала колона Збройних сил РФ.
As they were returning, he said, a column of enemy Russian vehicles caught up to them, approached them.
Один із танків виїхав з цієї колони та наїхав на нас.
One of the tanks actually veered away from the column and went directly towards them. And as the tank approached, the other 2 were sort of shoved away and injured, and in his case, the tank caught him under the tracks.
Ivan's stepfather died in the attack. His mother survived, but Ivan lost part of his leg. Through it all, he still smiles.
Були такі моменти, коли навіть шкода було, але не дуже. Потрібно жити далі та відпустити те, що сталося, вже нічого не повернути.
I had a very positive attitude. His whole reaction was, I want to live.
The Ukrainian embassy in Washington, D.C. partnered with the San Diego-based Right to Walk Foundation to bring Ivan to the U.S. A family friend who came with Ivan says he wants to be fully mobile again to provide for his family.
Life even up to this point was not easy for Ivan. A large family without a father.
Так, він герой, але він до цього ставиться дуже спокійно.
He is not in any way negative or sorry for himself. He is charging forward.
And charging forward he is.
Go, go, go. Yep. Keep going. Push through. Yep. Go, go, go. Yep. Look up, nice and tall. Yep. There you go. Push, get those muscles going.
Harsh says this journey won't be easy. Ivan will be here for the next 3 months, where he starts a foundation he can build on. And this place is different. They don't just work on the physical.
Also the emotional stuff. As they're sitting here waiting, thinking about the family back home, what happened to them, is that we pick them back up so they can go again to the next level. Anybody can make Ivan walk, but can they take him to the next level, the level they need to really go back and do their life? This is what people need to think about, and this is not easy.
But even Harsh is impressed with Ivan's first day on his prosthetic leg. He'd only been measured for it the day before.
Does he want one more?
What's your status?
Так. Feel good to walk? Ask him.
What's your status?
Yeah, he can send it back to his mom and tell her he's walking. Second day.
Ivan has big dreams.
Стати актором хотів стати.
Go to Hollywood. Yeah. Be an actor. Right.
With your optimism and your courage, I think you can do anything you want to do. Dream big.
Ivan still needs a local host family to help him through his recovery so he can make his dream a reality. Kitty Alvarado, KPBS News.
And Ivan is still in San Diego and gave us an update on his recovery earlier this week. And you can read more at kpbs.org. Well, San Diego has a lot of big challenges, but the small stuff needs to be fixed too. That's where we saw a new approach this spring, one street light at a time. Here's our Metro reporter, Andrew Bowen.
We gear up, we put our harness on for fall protection.
City electrician Aaron Gumbala straps himself into a truck that lifts him up to a streetlight in San Diego's Bay Terraces neighborhood. A resident reported the streetlight broken, but when he runs a quick test on it,
so it works.
The light turns on.
You know what? Go ahead and change it.
Go ahead and change it? Okay.
Gumbala's supervisor, Derek Mack, says the light is probably on its last leg and is still worth replacing with a newer, more energy-efficient LED light. This light was reported out just under a year ago, and that's a typical wait time for a city that has about 70,000 streetlights and only 8 electricians to maintain them.
Right now, we're functioning on probably half the crew that we would normally have.
Mack oversees the city's streetlight repair division. More than 5,000 streetlights are reported broken in San Diego.
We've been asked to do more with less, and it's nobody's fault. It's just what we have to deal with right now.
Mack says the slow pace of repair is partly due to supply chain delays. It can take 8 to 12 weeks just to get materials. An even bigger issue is staffing. Electricians can typically make more money working in the private sector.
But on the flip side of that, the city is it's a great place to work for because you have your salary is guaranteed. You know, you don't have to worry about getting sent home because it's raining or whatever. You have your job here. You have your job security here.
So each one of these dots on this particular map represents a report that's come in about a streetlight that's been out.
Kirby Brady is the city's chief innovation officer and head of the performance and analytics department. She's showing me a phone app her department is developing for the streetlight repair team.
Again, this is more of an efficiency tool for them so that they understand where they're at in relationship to all of the surrounding work orders.
It could take years for San Diego to fill all of its vacant electrician jobs. In the meantime, Brady is tasked with helping the existing staff be more efficient. She developed an algorithm that helps the team decide which streetlight repairs are the most urgent.
With the streetlight, we can tell how close it is to a school, how close it might be to a park. Of course, these things are important for safety. We want safe routes for people to walk or bike or drive. We also know things about traffic density. So if a particular streetlight is located in an area where there are high volume traffic collisions, that should factor into sort of the urgency of the repair.
The system also identifies clusters of repairs, so the crews can spend less time driving across the city to the next job. Brady admits data alone won't fix the backlog of broken streetlights, but drawing attention to how big the problem is could convince city officials, even voters, to put more money towards fixing it.
In any given year, the city never has enough money to throw at all of the departments to fix things, but our hope is that by spotlighting some of the most frequently requested services by residents, we can start to funnel resources there and improve those service levels over time.
Another selling point for the app, it appears to be improving employee morale. Derek Mack, the supervising electrician, says repair crews now feel like there's logic behind their assignments.
Well, before that system came out, we was jumping around. Whoever was making the most noise, that's where we was going, and whatever upper management centers. But this system right here, I think, is a perfect system for us.
Fixing a broken streetlight isn't always as simple as changing a light bulb. Sometimes the underground wiring is a century old and needs replacement, which can take weeks, if not months. In the meantime, the city plans on evaluating the success of its data-driven approach to streetlight repair later this year. Andrew Bowen, KPBS News.
Now, we can't bring you our original reporting without our talented video journalists. This fall, Mike Damron went to Chula Vista to give us a new perspective on the game of soccer.
I have athletes throughout my family, and I was never able to really partake when I was a kid or participate because I was blind. And so when I discovered blind sports, I fell in love. And I fell in love the moment I stepped onto a soccer pitch.
Ready, Cody? Ready? Yeah.
There are 4 field players on each team. The ball has rattles in the lining of it. And you are required to say the word voy if you are attacking the ball. I think it's either Spanish or Portuguese for I am coming.
Good. Keep going. Turn right. Good. Drive.
Communication is vital to blind soccer. It's the only way we could really be out here and play a game without it ending up in just everyone being injured.
Be sharp. Be sharp. Yep.
The ball is probably 2-3 times heavier than a regular size 5 soccer ball. It's a little smaller, and the beads inside of it. And, trying to kick the ball, it's different.
Yep.
Soccer is a sport that we all know, right, and love. So the blind athletes are excited to kind of get out here and try something new. It's also a lot more of a physical sport within the blind sport world. So they have to work on a lot of different skills, from communication to orientation, their ball skills. It's a little bit more physical, but I think that's what makes the game so exciting and great.
If the defender wins it, I just want you to dribble straight past that line and we will communicate with you. I want to see what you do after. So if the defender wins it, right, we are countering to that line. Defenders and attackers, you're going to stay in your line for a given amount of time.
To be able to be out here on a 40 by 20 meter field, running as fast as I can, as hard as I can, fighting for a ball, taking shots, it opened up so many dreams. To represent my nation, my country, to put on a jersey with USA on the back of it is just incredible. And then to think of all the blind people who are sitting at home right now thinking they can't do this, they can't do something as simple as crossing a street, and I'm out here trying to represent them, trying to spread this message that yes, you can do those things, and if you do them well enough, you can one day put on this jersey too.
USA!
Woo!
Good job, guys.
And you can visit the KPBS YouTube page whenever you want to watch stories just like that. That's where we also live stream KPBS Evening Edition, weeknights at 5. The world lost some icons this year, including Britain's longest-serving monarch. For KPBS reporter John Carroll, Queen Elizabeth II's passing in September stirred up a very personal remembrance.
February 27, 1983, was a day that followed months of planning. Tickets that went primarily to members of St. Paul's were required to attend the service. I was fortunate. I didn't need a ticket because my father, the Reverend James Carroll, was rector of St. Paul's at that time. The months of anticipation culminated that morning. Everyone had gone through a metal detector and was seated. The first thing I heard were the news helicopters. And this was what was happening outside. The Queen and Prince Philip, along with Secret Service and lots of staff, pulling up to the church. I can honestly say the mood was electric. Before I knew it, my dad was escorting the Queen into the church. No cameras were allowed inside. It was all over in a flash. Dad then escorted the Queen back out, where a young member of St. Paul's gave her a bouquet. Then she and Philip got back into the limousine. They waited until Scottish dancers finished their performance, and they were off.
An enormous amount of preparation went into this, so we wanted things to go right.
That's my father after the service. I'd describe him as happy and deeply relieved. Afterward, Channel 10's Leonard Villarreal asked him if he ever thought he'd preach a sermon to the Queen.
I fantasized about preaching in St. Paul's Cathedral, London, and that never happened, probably never will, but this was better.
Elements that were important in any given time are the things we try to retain.
John Will is St. Paul's archivist. He has a special area dedicated just to the Queen's visit.
We have the actual prayer service in here, as well as a number of photographs.
There is another reminder of the Queen's visit. It's found inside the church. Where there were once pews, there are now chairs. My family and I sat in this row on that day. One very special pew remains, this one, and the fact it's draped in black probably gives you a clue of what it is. Sure enough, here is a plaque that commemorates this is where Queen Elizabeth and her husband Prince Philip sat on that very special day. Back outside, another tangible reminder. Not long after that day, this space was renamed in honor of the Queen's visit. It's now the Queen's Courtyard, and here is the plaque commemorating her visit. It's not just at St. Paul's where memories of the Queen are strong. They're never far off here in my family home either, where pictures of Dad and the Queen have been up here in the hallway literally for decades. But there is one more picture I want to show you, and it's in the living room. It's here on the piano. We got this a couple of months after the visit, a personally signed picture by the Queen and Prince Philip. An amazing way to remember a truly amazing day. John Carroll, KPBS News.
Terrific story by John Carroll. Now, before we go, we have a blast from the past with a modern twist. Music has come a long way since the 80s, but one San Diegan says old school tech is the new school style. Back in February, we hit the streets with Boom Box Chuck.
It's an iconic machine. The boombox is like a bodily extension to Miguel Nunez.
I'm recognized for something I never even thought would happen in my life, which is carrying a boombox and rocking a style like that.
He goes by the name Boombox Chuck and is well known for his passion for vintage music systems.
I'm new school to the old school, but I saw the boombox and I just knew immediately I could be that guy walking around the city with a boombox blasting music.
Born in the 80s, an era when boomboxes were prolific in urban American pop culture, his love for the style and music of the time started at an early age.
The elements are like graffiti, DJing, breakdancing, b-boying, and beat-girling, and MCing, which is like rapping in a sense. Everyone could have a style. Everyone could be themselves, and I think that's what a lot of the culture promoted in the early days.
Fast forward to today, when Nunez is not working at Pokey's vegetarian Mexican restaurant. He's often seen walking the city streets, audibly spreading his love of retro beats to all who cross his
I
path.
have conversations with all kinds of people, all kinds of walks of life, all ages, all ethnicities, and I just see something so sacred in that. So maybe by default, I'm reminding people to be themselves, you know, and to express themselves, most importantly. Responsibly, of course, you know.
His collection of boomboxes is made up of specially selected personal favorites.
This is my baby. It's the one I started with. Speakers on top. Check that out. It's about 6-speaker system, double deck.
The only thing hindering his acquisitions is lack of space to store them.
Sanyo again, very good brand. One of my favorite right now. Prize possession, never for sale. Let's see what we got. I will hunt them down every weekend, every chance I get, every flea market, and you see a boombox out of nowhere, you're like, whoa.
And the bigger the box, the bigger the size and number of batteries it requires.
Batteries are a very consistent part of rocking a boombox, playing a boombox.
Nunez holds hope that a battery company might take note of his mass consumption and possibly help him along the way.
It's just like a trip how many batteries I may have gone through. I can't even imagine. And that's why now I want to kind of better document it, because eventually I want to send the battery company a portfolio like, hey, what's up? I could be a potential marketing gadget.
And audio cassette tapes are becoming more like treasured vinyl. Nunez says tape sales, especially for local bands, have made a resurgence.
Beatbox.
He says most record stores in San Diego sell cassette tapes.
Something about the old-fashioned physical copy, reading the credits or the details or the special shout-outs, you know.
But there will always be an element of those plastic cassette tapes that no one will ever miss.
Out of nowhere, sometimes my tape would just get like eaten up. I'm like, oh no, I had the best mix ever. I'll never get that again.
In a time when technology has allowed us to have so much more than we did in the past, to Boombox Chuck, it's the past that feeds the present. For him, the self-expression born of retro culture will always play on a loop.
And we hope that you enjoyed this look at KPBS News this week. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Thanks for watching.